The Calcutta High Court's Honorable Justice Abhijit Gangul's decision to tender resignation just few days before his retirement and to join politics has raised many questions regarding the independence of judiciary. As we know that independence of judiciary is one of the defining characteristics of any vibrant democracy. Then independence of judiciary is one of the defining characteristics of federal polity. Then independence of judiciary is one of the important constituents of basic structure of the constitution. And it is on this ground that National Judicial Appointment Commission was declared unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court was of the view that it was likely to interfere with the independence of judiciary. And then we know what is independence of judiciary. Independence of judiciary, among other things, it is mainly related to independence of judges. And independence of judges is mainly concerned with the judicial behavior, to what extent they reflect objectivity in their judgment, in their decision, in their behavior, the extent to which they reflect objectivity, impartiality, or neutrality, and then reflection of the behavior which is free from personal prejudice, personal passion, personal presumption. Then only we can say the judges are independent. And if judges are independent, then only judiciary can be called independent. And independent judiciary is extremely necessary for the stability of the state and government. Government may change, government may come and go, policy paradigm may also undergo changes. The government changes, the policy also changes. New law, new legal system may come into existence, and old and obsolete system may be done away with. Whatever developments do take place in the executive and legislature is important, but more important is the stability which is provided by the judiciary. As we know, that growth and development is all about bringing stability amid change and change amid stability. It means government's ability to bring desirable changes in the socio-economic, cultural, political spheres of life to work for growth and development. So government's ability to bring changes depend heavily on the extent to which stability is imparted by judiciary, among other institutions like Election Commission or Finance Commission and judiciary. They provide the most desirable stability. On this stable disposition, of changes can be orchestrated by the government. By that measure, it is so much important. So therefore, judicial behavior holds ample significance. So if Justice Ganguly has decided to join politics, and then just few days before his retirement, he will tender resignation and then he's going to join politics. It will raise many questions, and it will also create doubt in the mind of the people. The credibility of judiciary, or for that matter any institution, more particularly constitutional body, it holds a lot of significance. It means so many persons, so many judges in the last 75 years, by their hard work, by upholding probity in public life, reflecting highest standard of objectivity, impartiality, they have achieved that credibility for the Supreme Court. This credibility, that institutional credibility, may be under cloud if what is done by Justice Ganguly is also followed by a few more judges. So it is this decision of Justice Ganguly, is very dangerous, in the sense that people might start harboring some kind of doubt and insecurity regarding judicial behavior. Why? Because in the last few months we have seen how Justice Ganguly got into a heated exchange of the words with lawyers and some other the retired colleagues of retired judges of the High Court and Supreme Court regarding his behavior. So it means he commented on the government. He commented on the government adversely on many occasions, and it was found that he was actually getting more oriented towards some kind of political comments and more political controversy. So now his decision will be seen. He joins politics. His decision will be seen in the light of his behavior in the past few months, when he was found to be very much susceptible to the political developments taking place in the state. On many occasions, he was also advised and warned by some members, directly or indirectly, that this kind of judicial conduct and behavior is not consistent with the code of behavioral propriety meant for judges. Everything cannot be written in detail in the Constitution. Everything cannot be. There are many things which are required to be understood, on its own. As I said, that there can be problem with one other wings of the government, it is manageable. But when judiciary develops that kind of problem, and people start seeing judiciary, from the prism of politics, that will be very, very dangerous for democracy. It may have very adverse consequences for the stability of our polity. and the confidence that the people repose in the rule of law, democracy, and judiciary. As you know, judiciary is the last word for justice. So therefore, it is expected of judges that they set a very high precedent of the behavior. They should reflect very high. It means respect for judiciary has to come from the quality of the judgment of members of judiciary. It should come from the behavior of the judges. They have to maintain very high level of probity in public life. So independence of judiciary, which is so much susceptible that Supreme Court became very much active and declared NJC as unconstitutional. Now it is for the Supreme Court again to decide how to deal with this kind of situation. If one after another, he has set a very bad precedent. If after Justice Gangopadhyay, and before that we have seen the Chief Justice of India, he also became one of the he became the member of Rajya Sabha. So if you have members of judiciary so frequently, after retirement or before retirement, if they announce their affiliation to one of the political parties, so it will be very, very dangerous for the stability of our polity, the stability of judiciary. So Supreme Court and the government will have to do something. We need to come up with some kind of code of conduct, some kind of disciplinary norms, so that this kind of things do not happen. So it assumes ample significance in the light of his behavior in the last few months. It means you were sitting in the position of judge, you had political ambitions, and still you were dealing with political disputes having political color or had strong underpinnings of the politics in the state. So a judge is not supposed to continue if he starts harboring this kind of political ambition. It is not enough. It is not enough that before your retirement you decide to quit and then join political party. How will you answer the questions pertaining to your behavior in the last few months?